On this week's episode, we talk about Knock at the Cabin, the latest from M. Night Shyamalan.
And other pop culture news.
Last night, we finally got to see the latest from M. Night Shyamalan. What would you call it? A suspenseful thriller, drama, whatever.
There's like horror elements.
Yeah.
Thriller, suspense. Yeah.
Basically,
I don't know what they're calling it, but it's all
a Shyamalan film. That sums it up. Anyway, it's called Knock at the Cabin, starring Dave Bautista and it's Jonathan Groff, yeah?
Yes.
Bunch of other familiar faces.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of anybody else.
Mm-hmm. My favorite...
Rupert Grint.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget Rupert Grint? Yeah. Who apparently is, I'm guessing, seems to be good friends with Shyamalan now because he's also starring in The Servant.
Yeah, he works with the family, so...
Mm-hmm.
And he works in Philly, so... Yeah.
Yeah, this one, yes, notable exception to Shyamalan's work here. This is not set in Philadelphia.
Well, but there's
fear not. Yeah.
One in the beginning. I mean,
there's a couple like couple flashbacks. But one of the main characters was wearing a T-shirt for like a Philadelphia cycling tournament or something.
Yeah, so it's clearly in PA, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and they're from Philadelphia, so like you don't get too thrown off or anything. By that. There's also, I think the most interesting cast member to me was the lady from Corporate in Avenue 5.
Oh yeah.
With like the crazy hair, who jumps on the shuttle and ends up stuck on the cruise ship even though she was safely on Earth for a while. Yep. She has an entirely different role in this. So kudos to her for acting.
She's as intense as she is in Avenue 5. She's an intense actor. So
yes, but in this one she's
she's not funny,
tragic and disturbing, and in that one she's just hilarious.
Yeah.
So, acting. There we go. Anyway, that was the whole blurb. We saw the movie
based on a book named "The Cabin at the End of the World."
Oh.
If you read the book, I actually don't know. I never read the book, so I don't know how much he changed. But the title of the book, it gives away what happens in this movie, if it's the same thing that happens. But the premise is, and you see that in the trailer, a group of people, four.
There's 4 of them.
Knocks at a cabin in the woods where there's Eric and Anthony. I can't remember the name
Andrew.
Andrew. I can't remember the name of both actors. And a little girl.
Wynn.
Are vacationing, spending some good time. And then so they knock at the cabin. So open the door. We need to talk to you about saving the world. So, and it is very intense and dramatic and dark and mysterious as Shyamalan does. And it goes from there.
Yeah, really most of the plot is kind of laid out in the trailer, and it starts like right away within...
It doesn't give you details.
No.
If it's... I mean, the title of the book does give you away there's about the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it's like the end of the world can have many meanings, the end of the end of my world.
Yeah.
Is, could be not the end of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the action starts right away within, I don't know, what would you say, 5 or 6 minutes? We're like, we've caught up to like the people in the cabin, dealing with all that. I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't, but I will say an element of this and the way this story is told that I thought kept it interesting and compelling the whole time was that you can't tell who's right or who's wrong. Like, are these people crazy or is there something supernatural going on? It's not really clear. And Shyamalan gives you, like, he gives us red herrings, he gives us clues, he gives us hints that keep you confused and on the edge of your seat through, like, right up until the end.
Yeah. If anything, the people they are already in the cabin, the people that rented the cabin and are there, relaxing and having a good time, they keep throwing things. It's like, oh, you're part of a cult, you're part of a echo chamber, you're part of, concepts.
You're just homophobes.
Yeah, you is violence because of who we are, because of what we are, and it uses terms that are very popular in the political commentary these days between left and right. It's like one accuse the other of that kind of thing, and saying that like things like says a conspiracy theory. When one side is doing something really really bad, the other side comes and accuses the side that is doing bad things of doing bad things. The side that is doing bad things usually says, no, that's conspiracy theory. So there's a lot of that rhetoric, the dialect on the way the characters speak to avoid what might be reality, because it's like, no, I saw this on the news. No, this is,
In fact, and I thought that was interesting because I feel like this is like a thriller. It has horror elements, but the people behaved, I think, in a really rational way, trying to explain everything away, like you said, with like very up-to-date, like very topical rhetoric. Like, oh, we saw this on the news. We had this personal experience. Like, they behaved like rational people. They behaved like rational people and not like horror movie characters, and that I thought was very. I just thought that was good writing.
And that's an interesting thing because when you expect to use science, facts to deal with the beliefs, with the supernatural, of course that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Because the supernatural is beyond natural, it's supernatural. So there's this duel throughout the entire movie between the scientifical, the factual, and the supernatural, and they fight from beginning to end, and you're gonna have to see the movie to see what happens.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to watch the whole movie because, like I said, like as the viewers, he's not spoon feeding it to us. Like we don't really get to see up until the very, very end what's really happening here.
Yeah.
So, I'm biased. I'm a big Shyamalan fan, but I feel like this just continues with this, like holds up to his other films.
Yeah, it's choices have consequences, and that's the thing. You might think a choice you're making right here by yourself or with just someone else have no consequences in the rest of the world, and they might. Most likely every choice you make has consequences, if not right now, in the near future, or for future generations. But what you read, but what you watch, but what you do. And there was another element, very, very interesting choices, hard choices or easy choices. All of them have consequences, and he does that in a very, very interesting way. It's I liked it. If anything, I felt like, I don't know, you watch things and you create expectations, you create your own small theories in your head. I think that this one is one that it doesn't quite, in my case, it doesn't quite surprise me at the end, because it's like, okay, so it is what I thought it was, but he explores in a very, very interesting way. There's known out there. There's people that says there's a good Shyamalan and a bad Shyamalan. Some people that really like some of the stuff he does, and some people that don't really like some of the stuff he does as well. So it's like half. I think this one will be one of those that some people will not like, some people will not appreciate, but like The Happening, right? The trees are hunting for you, the trees are killing you.
That's so cool.
It's like very Hitchcockian, and those like simple things trying to kill you. You are surrounded by imminent death. And some people don't like that one.
Like the breeze, the sound of a breeze through the trees is like very comforting, relaxing, and to take that sound and make it threatening and like life threatening. Oh man. That was so great.
So as some people don't like that one, I don't know. Maybe I have a feeling that this one's gonna be divisive, and some people not like. I don't know. Lady in the Water. I thought it was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't my favorite.
It's he has a range, and in this one he uses a lot of metaphors to tell about not transcendental, but very very real aspects of life, and between fact and religiosity, between science and supernatural, and which is a constant duel in life. Some people have beliefs and they will stick to it, they will do what was necessary. And some people choose science, but
honestly, that's a different set of beliefs. It's just a different criteria for choosing your information and trusting authority.
Exactly, it's like the same type of belief, and even some people call blind belief on religion, on faith. That's the same thing on science, because science is known for changing, being learning,
Yeah, that's like the whole point, right? It's evolving and getting better.
It's
along, but part of that means like we'll realize, we didn't get that last part quite right.
That means
we did our best, but it wasn't quite right. Now we got it better.
So that means 6 months ago everything was wrong, and now it's different. Of course, this politics get there and mess the whole thing. But in the end, science is sort of a religion too, because you're believing blindly, because 100% truth, that's is not there. Anyways, M. Night Shyamalan, what's it called? The
Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin.
It's a thinker. It's interesting. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You should see it.
What's his bucket? Dave Bautista is there on a serious role. And it was interesting to see that. I mean, it's not his first. He was on Blade Runner. He was on James Bond. What was this? Spectre. Yeah,
I think so.
Anyways.
But this is one that definitely forces you to take him seriously as an actor. Like, his size has nothing to do with this role. It could have been... I mean, there's a couple moments where he just, like, lifts up a grown man like it's nothing. But his size, his wrestling background, like, doesn't come into this at all. He's there as an actor. No. And he does a great job. He carries it.
No. Anyways, Knock at that Cabin. It's available. It's out in the theaters everywhere. If you want to catch it, there's a holiday coming. No, holiday is only in 8
Next
days.
week?
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever, go see it. It's in theaters.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
But if you don't want to watch Avatar for the 16th time,
frankly, we don't blame you.
I'm talking to you, James Cameron. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. You should go watch Knock at the Cabin. See how you develop a story and characters in less than 16 hours.
Yeah. Okay. If you wanted to go to the Super Bowl, well, it's Super Bowl weekend. Let's start with that.
Yes.
Super Bowl weekend. Big deal. This is like the most watched football game, most watched television event in the United States. I know it's dwarfed by like any major soccer game anywhere in the world. I get that. But this is America and football's our thing. So this is a big deal for us. Anyway.
Yes. Super Bowl, Eagles versus Chiefs in Arizona. And if you want to go, if you're not there yet, because actually, you might most likely going to watch this after the fact. And the Eagles won, and he was celebrating. Anyways, the cheapest tickets cost something like
$4,455.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. And that's before taxes.
And that's the cheapest one.
Yeah. So, like those aren't even good seats. You're going to be watching most of the game on the Jumbotron because it'll be so high up that everybody's itty bitty.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
So,
anyways.
Good luck. I hope they get their money's worth.
Yeah. I mean, I guess once in a lifetime. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There is a guy who's been to every Super Bowl.
What does he do?
Save up for the Super Bowl, I guess.
$4,000. I
mean,
it's
granted,
possible.
they weren't always.
I guess it's possible. Every year.
Every year, and it wasn't always $4,000. It wasn't always this big a deal.
True, but it probably means that every year is more. Thanks to Joe Biden and inflation, every year is going to be more expensive. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Talking about Joe Biden. After the disaster, he gave the State of the Union this past week, and he spoke between lies and the stupidities. He was booed. He screamed like an old man in the law. He announced that he will keep the tradition of giving an interview before the Super Bowl. So he's going to talk to, I think it's Fox? I can't remember who he's talking to. Anyways.
I'm going to fully admit I had no idea that was a tradition.
Yeah. The president's always give an interview before the game. But I guess everybody's so pumped for the game that who cares? So nobody.
He just did the State of the Union.
And again.
I used to care.
And again, the case of Joe Biden, he's just gonna be.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there's that. Of course, there's alternatives for watching the Super Bowl. But again, this episode's gonna be after. But you probably could watch the puppy ball.
That's right. There's the puppy bowl.
Puppy bowl.
Yeah. There's.
And who are we kidding? There's plenty you can watch between streaming and cable. And you can go outside and you can go to the movies.
You can take a nap.
Yeah, read a book.
Yeah.
You can listen to your favorite podcast that also talks about things you can do.
Yes.
Yeah, Retina Weekly on all the podcast platforms.
Literally all of them.
All, including in video versions on Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube, etc.
Yeah.
But hey, let's keep going. We have more.
We do. We have so much more today. Okay. PS5 sales lifted Sony's holiday quarter. They saved the last quarter of the year for Sony because Sony Pictures was slumping to $179 million.
Yeah, but
I personally would love to have a
Morbius stuff like the type of stuff they make.
Yeah. Also, they're describing them as record PS5 sales, but I feel like that's an easy record to break because it took so long for anyone
to sell more.
Yeah,
they didn't have it. It's getting better apparently. I don't know. I'm not looking, but if they had more, people would buy more. If you build it, they will come.
Yes,
it's exactly that.
Yes, if you make enough PlayStations, they will be bought.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through this week's round of layoffs because that's always fun.
Yeah, again, thanks Joe Biden, the inflation, recession times, the companies are cutting costs. And people are, losing jobs.
Yeah, this one's not totally unexpected. NewsCorp, so they own the Wall Street Journal, and I guess it says here they own Dow Jones. Do they just run that index, or how does that go? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, they're cutting about 1,200 jobs.
Yeah.
So sorry, and Yahoo is laying off 20% of their workforce.
Yeah. The big news is Yahoo's still there.
Yeah.
I mean. Okay,
no joke. I remember being 10 years old, so this was 25 years ago. My mom signed me up for an internet safety class at our local library. And we walked in, and it was a bunch of us about that same age, and they gave us pads of paper and pencils and all this little library swag. And she showed us Yahoo and how you could search for stuff on Yahoo and how. Anyway,
it's so for me. It still blows my mind how I used to live in Brazil. I was born in Brazil, and then I went out of Brazil to Africa for a couple of years to serve a mission. And it blows my mind how when I left, there was Yahoo, there was Alta Vista, there was Brazilian versions of those things or similar. And then I went to Africa for 2 years, and then I came back into the world, and there was this Google thing.
Yeah,
I was like, "What is Google?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like Yahoo." I was like, "No, it's much better." It was the same thing, but it grew so much. It took over. It was like, yeah. Anyways.
They really did. Okay, Tom Brady did not make it to the Super Bowl this year. Unusual for him, but he's retiring.
Again, he retired again. He signed a I didn't write that one, right? He signed a multi-million contract with Fox, where he's gonna be a commentator. Is that what it called?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was on the internet this past weeks on underwear because he made a bet with Gronkowski and some other. I can't remember. Didn't remember the other guy. They post pictures on underwear. From underwear they sell. And he said something, if this post hits like 40,000 views or likes or whatever, I'll do the same. And he did the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was like, he's like, it's kind of funny. He's like, looks super uncomfortable. But yeah, anyways.
Well, this retirement has already lasted longer than his last one. So good for him, I guess. Okay, Alec Baldwin, we've had some more information from the prosecutors over the whole Rust shooting incident. They're saying that he missed gun safety training.
Yeah, he didn't go to gun safety training.
Yeah.
And the case is being investigated. He was charged. He's gonna go to court eventually. But yeah.
Now this is from the prosecutor, so I guess we should say allegedly. But anyways. Yeah. But the first rule of guns is the gun is always loaded.
Yeah.
Always. Anyway.
Yeah, especially if you're pointing at someone's face.
That's why you never pointed at someone's face.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. You don't.
Unless you intend to shoot, of course.
Well,
there are
yes,
situations that if it's life threatening to you, if it's your life or the life of the adversary, the enemy, you point, you intended to shoot, you shoot.
But even then you go center mass.
If you and there's debates about that. Some people, some
I guess so.
Because if you shoot the guy in the leg, the guy can sue you and take everything you have. There's other consequences for that. But back to the movie aspect. If you are quotes playing with guns, that's that's a big no. And he killed the woman. There was 2 people that died. The
2 people were shot. Only one died.
The director of photography. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So.
Now, also on that, I don't know if I put anything that the family is suing too, even though they had some sort of settlement. They are suing.
Really?
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's move on to lighter things. Peacock is dropping their free tier, and because NBC's.
How's that light? That's terrible.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to pay for Peacock?
Yes, well, nobody died. So there's that.
True.
I feel like that's a step up.
But how are people gonna watch The Office for free?
They're not. They're not. But NBC Universal is promising more premium original content. So I don't know if more content is really what the world needs right now. But that's what they're gonna do.
More content means I don't know. That's also an excuse to increase prices. It's like, we have more content.
That's true.
Bloop. Anyways.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bad news there. Anyways.
All right. Well, Showtime.
Give us some good news.
Okay, I don't know if this is good, but Showtime is integrating with Paramount Plus.
Okay, I guess you're gonna pay one and get 2.
Yeah.
Some sort of good
and
news.
Showtime has some good stuff.
With that, there was a wave of cancellations and changes. Like there was a sequel, a second season for Dexter, New Blood. That was scratched.
Which was a good choice.
But now there's rumors that they're going to work on a prequel about Trinity. Which is, I think is cool. But because they're not going to be able to use a young John Lithgow, unless they have him as a narrator narrating his memories from the past, that would be cool. But who knows?
I don't know. I feel like they dealt with it so thoroughly in the show. I don't know. I feel like we can let that go and move on to other things.
Yeah. Anyways,
I'll watch it if they make it, but anyway, there's that. Okay, Fox and Hulu have also signed a partnership to keep their series primetime streaming stuff.
Yes, which is good. You can watch FX shows and Fox shows,
animation
Hulu,
domination stuff.
Next day, that's a cool one. There's like Disney.
What's going on with Disney?
Yeah,
let's have a chat. Okay, so first of all, they're cutting 7,000 jobs.
Yeah.
So there's that. They're maybe selling some big stuff.
So there's whole debate about selling Hulu because Disney owns part of the Hulu, and I don't know. I mean, if anything, Hulu is great, and Disney is a completely different animal. So I guess sell it and do your stuff on Disney Plus.
Sure, focus on their own things.
Because it's like owning two is kind of like monopoly, and you can not do things here because you're doing here. Cannot do in both.
Yeah.
Rarely you're doing both, and you just sell it, and competition is good. So
yeah, get some more diversity. They're also maybe talking about selling Lucasfilm. Is that true?
Oh yeah, there's rumors that they would sell Lucasfilm. It's like Disney. They have really good damage control, so they don't talk about things like they really are, because they're going through a sort of a crisis right now, and then they cutting all those jobs. They might be selling Hulu, and there's all that, but. They just changed CEO not long ago, so Bob Iger is back, Bob Chapek is gone, so but they have such a good damage control. They don't dwell onto details on that, but the crisis is there because Avatar is making like tons of money, and Disney owns Fox, so Fox making money is Disney making money, but they're still not able to keep those 7,000s to keep Hulu. There's a lot going on there, but they constantly doing changes, and we'll see what happens. So that's why there's rumors that they might sell Lucasfilm and even Marvel, but it's still on the realm of rumors. And again, there's always a possibility that I think it was Apple might buy Disney. There's like always, big corporations buy big corporations to like there's like NewsCorp might get Fox back, and there's this whole thing, but for substantial factual news, nothing yet.
Okay. Last thing, as far as companies trying desperately to save money or to earn more money, AMC is going to start charging moviegoers for the better seats.
And then there's already causing controversy because the cinema, the movie theater is a place of democratically people sit wherever they want. They saw the same movie together. They pay for the same ticket. Of course, you have better seats. You have like luxury seats.
But those are actually nicer seats.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. If they claim it's a better seat, a better service with a waitress,
From what I read, it's just like that middle seat is going to cost more than like the front row.
Yeah, so
it's more like you're paying more for the good spots in the theater.
If it was anything like they would drop the prices of the worst seats, and from now on they would keep their practice, but they're only gonna charge more for the best seats. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh well. Let's talk about James Gunn in DC.
James Gunn. So James Gunn came out on the past week or so to announce the plans for their DC comics. He announced that they're gonna do a Superman. It's probably be based on All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison. A young Superman. They're gonna do a Batman and Robin film based also on a Grant Morrison run of Batman, and with a new Batman. He came many times saying he's a new actor, but because I think he started rumors that at the end of the Flash we would get a Batman to be an older Batman to be the father for the Robin. All this new Batman Robin initiative he's creating, and people are already talking Christian Bale, Josh Clooney, but it's not clear. Also, he's talking about a Supergirl movie based on a Tom King run, The Woman of Tomorrow, and a series for The Authority, a really good comic book, a series for Waller, a series for. Do you remember any?
Not off the top of my head.
But anyways, and he came saying they're gonna do something new. But he's keeping a lot of the old stuff. Coincidentally, some of the old stuff he brought. He he didn't bring Waller, but he kept Waller. So he's saying, and then he walked back and said, no, we're gonna bring something. Some things will be renewed, but some things will not. So there's Flash, there's Aquaman, there's Shazam. So we don't know exactly what he's gonna do. But yeah, it's still causing controversy. He kind of blamed the old Warner executives for some of the stuff that happened, and then they didn't like that. So it was like, oh, wait a minute, it's like the guys already throw us under the bus. And also he throw the bus the Snyder movement. The hashtag sell
Restore the Snyderverse.
Restore Snyderverse, sell Snyderverse to Netflix. And he said it's the wackiest thing I ever seen. And of course that's not gonna happen. And the Snyder is in. It's not really in. Anyways, but which, I mean, if you're not gonna use it, sell it. There's more money you make it. You make money in two fronts, but. I guess.
If Snyder really doesn't want to do it, then he should just say it. Because didn't he say something like that? Like, we talked and he doesn't want to do it, and I don't know. It just seems weird. It seems so weird to me that, like, the fans want it. Henry Cavill wants it. Like, and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. The crisis there is clear, and but yeah, they're making the Flash will be the last of the status quo. Now it's gonna change, and
speaking of which, I think a trailer for the Flash is gonna drop during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely gonna be.
So that should be out by the time people are watching this.
They've been dropping posters. For the Flash, worlds collide, and there's the Flash, like
Flash and Batman
stuff. Yeah, so there's definitely that. Next week we're gonna talk about what we saw in the Super Bowl after the Eagles winning, and we're gonna talk about some of the fun commercials and some trailers.
Do they have like a cheer? Like when you say Eagles, you say "caca," because that's all I keep thinking.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Okay.
No, caca.
I don't know. I'm not a big
Robin. You don't know birds.
NFL.
You don't know birds.
Clearly, I don't. Clearly, I don't know birds. Okay, let's talk about some renewals, some cancellations, all that good stuff. The Terminalist with Chris Pratt over on Amazon.
Renewed. A good show, terrific show. It was accused of being, liberals hated it because liberals hate conservative values that some in the show, and they also hate Chris Pratt because he's outspoken conservative.
I think it had to be more that they hated Chris Pratt because I really didn't see a lot of like conservative values being touted in this.
But
beyond like we should be decent to our veterans and war is terrible. Like I don't know.
But so they mean and they bad. But the show was a huge success and is renewed.
Yeah, and they're also talking about a prequel series. Maybe.
Cool. Wow. Cool.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Just a quick thing, quick bit about conservatives and liberals going nuts for no reasons or for very small reasons. The new Harry Potter game was released and is breaking all sorts of records. People's like, let's start a boycott. Let's boycott this game because this game is Harry Potter. Harry Potter is created by this lady, and this lady says something we don't like. Let's boycott it. Boycott. It was such a big fail. The boycott was so ridiculous. There's like it's even funny. The game is hitting every record. Twitch was crazy number of people watching the release week. The sales of the game, and the game looks fun, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
I really want to play it.
I'm not a big fan, but from what I heard, the game looks good. It looks really well done. And is a quality on the story because it follows the story from the movie, the book universe. But the quality of the game, the play, I only heard good things. Yeah. So
it looks fantastic.
Even some liberal media that was kind of like going with the wave of the boycott. There's like, I guess you're gonna say the game is good. It's good and everybody is loving it. But
Oh well,
Harry Potter. It's not called Harry Potter. It's called
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, because I don't think it's not Harry Potter.
PC. No. It's a
different time.
It's a good thing that video games always do. Is expanding the universe.
Yeah.
And they create new characters. They let you create your own character, and they go in the same universe of the story. I don't know if this is before Harry or after Harry.
I think it's before. And the Wizarding World is so perfect for this because for this kind of storytelling because J.K. Rowling created this world that is so compelling. We want to be a part of it so bad.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah,
there's a lot to explore, and I'm glad this game is getting into it.
It's out there if you're into that. Yeah, moving on.
Okay, Apple TV Plus renewed the series Tehran for season 3.
Yeah, that's one we want to watch. We didn't get that yet because Apple has some really good shows. We are down the list. But for this third season, they adding Hugh, Laurie.
Yeah.
And this is a very dramatic show, so I wonder what kind of character it will be. CIA boss.
Maybe, I don't know, but we know he's great. Paramount Plus is giving 1923 season 2.
Season 2 that's a Yellowstone spinoff. And meanwhile, there's rumors that Yellowstone might end with season 5 because Kevin Costner will be out. But they might be bringing Matthew McConaughey for another show.
Oh.
A follow-up show.
Interesting.
More to come.
Yeah, we really need to get into that because it's...
Oh, yeah, we saw Tulsa King. The guy he makes good shows.
Yeah, he does. Oh, we should have done this when we were talking about DC. But James Mangold is maybe getting brought on board?
For the Swamp Thing, which... Okay, he proved himself to be good with some previous movies, even though there's a lot of crappy rumors about him in the new Indiana Jones. But that has more to do with Kathleen Kennedy, maybe. Anyways.
We'll see. Blacklist is ending with season 10. I definitely thought it was already over.
I thought it was done already.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, anyway, it's for realsies ending.
Yeah, the show will see Robert California being a bad guy.
The Night Court has apparently been really successful.
Yeah, I never seen the original. I seen episodes like zapping through the remote. I want to watch, but never got to it. So because I never saw the old one, I didn't see the new one. But they kept some of very few, but some of the main characters. And the main character on this one is the fictional daughter of the main character on the original one.
Yeah, and it's doing well enough for season 2. So good for them. Sylvester Stallone is... I don't know if anybody wants this, but the Stallones are going Kardashian.
Yeah, they're going to do a docu-series about their lives, following them and doing their things. It's a hit formula the Kardashians do with. There's the pseudo-reality that they do with Larry David, they did with Entourage. And of course, in this world of social media, people watch celebrities and what they do. So, yeah, it definitely might bring... If anything, it might bring some of the male audience, maybe?
Oh, yeah, maybe, to that genre.
Yeah.
We'll
Depends
see.
on what he does. Because he does have 3 pretty daughters and a pretty wife. So there's, I don't know if you just follow the daughters buying horses or whatever they do. Anyways.
Well, that's already more interesting than anything on the Kardashians. Anyways, let's spill some tea about the Motion Picture Academy of Arts and Sciences. Nope, the Academy of Motion... What is it? What's the Academy?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
The Academy, the Oscars.
Academy of Motion Pictures and Science and Motion Pictures, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you want to...
Anyway, forget that. Apparently, there's some drama, some tea to be spilled about Andrea Riseborough's Oscar nomination.
There's this whole controversy that she used techniques and strategies to get nomination. Politics, and again, I guess when someone you don't want takes advantage of the system, oh no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You're not my friend. So they accuse her. They already retreated and it says, okay, you're not going to do it. But some people
they're not going to rescind her nomination, but it's still
yeah.
They're still looking into things.
Yeah, no, they actually already made a decision. But some people came onto her defense, it's like if it was really the case, people had done before, right? Yeah. And I guess people probably did it before, but because they were on their circle, it's like, yeah. But because she's in an independent movie, she's not a part of the big studio system. So it's like, no. Anyways.
Disney has announced sequels for Frozen, Toy Story, and Zootopia.
And again, back to that crisis we were talking about in Disney. It's like, really? You're gonna keep, on life support the Frozen?
I gotta tell you, like, even the diehards, like the diehard Pixar fans, those of us who've been there from the beginning, are like, no, Toy Story's done. Yeah. You guys ended it twice.
Yes, they ended it twice.
So it's done. Like, this is not what we meant by To Infinity and Beyond. Like, it's needs to be over.
If anything, good news about it is that they will bring back what's his bucket?
Tom Hanks and Tim Allen.
Yeah,
or at least Tim Allen.
But he tweeted about Tom Hanks. So
yeah,
I mean, it has to be, because if it's not, that's the first thing.
Well, Woody left.
That's the first thing.
Woody's off with Bo.
But they also ended the show.
Well, that's true. But I mean, this time, like, the group is like separated.
Yeah, that's true. But anything, there's rumors, and there was even a page on the IMDb. I don't know if it was fake or not. The synopsis for the movie, it's like, Andy is dying, or Andy is dead. I can't remember, and that's why the toy's gonna meet, something like that. Yeah, pretty bizarre.
Yeah, that doesn't make... Because what about, like, every other toy, or like every other owner?
Yeah, they already moved on from Andy.
They did.
Anyways.
They made that very clear in not one but 2 films.
Yes.
So let it go, guys. Okay, Marvel and Sony are maybe working on The Amazing Spider-Man 3.
That's rumors. And they would do that with Andrew Garfield, this Spider-Man that Sony does, and Tom Hardy as Venom. But Venom is not really a bad guy on this one. He's kind of a anti-hero bozo. So
would they step him up to actually be a villain?
I doubt it.
I don't know. But I wouldn't mind seeing Andrew Garfield back as Spider-Man. I actually really liked his Spider-Man. Okay, King of the Hill reboot is coming to Hulu with original co-creators. Let us all rejoice and be glad.
I've never seen any episodes.
That show slaps. Yeah. It's so fun.
Reboot was canceled by Hulu. I guess, if anything, they should finish that season like it was the end, because it wasn't that great.
I don't miss it.
Same creators of Modern Family, and they missed it. But the executive producer Stephen Levitan will try to shop somewhere else. I doubt it. Who would buy that? Broadcast TV? No. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway. Big news for Michael Jackson's nephew Jafar.
Yeah, he's gonna play his son on the Antoine Fuqua biopic. The family is excited. I guess Michael's mother said she loved the decision to use him.
Yeah, it's nice they're keeping it in the family like that. That's good. Okay, Max Barbakov is doing a comedy for Amazon, starring Julia Roberts and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, JR and the JA.
Yeah.
Together again. I mean, technically, on Friends, there's an episode that Julia Roberts pops. I don't think they ever interact. Because on the same episode, Jean-Claude Van Damme shows up. And that's who interacts with Rachel and Monica.
Yes, and Monica.
But, yeah.
Okay, how was that 90s show?
Renewed. It was a Netflix success. It works on the nostalgia. It had some funny moments. And, of course, the Red Foreman and Kitty Foreman were there. And they held the show together. Yeah.
No, they really do. It's basically all on Deborah Rupp's shoulders, and it's a good thing that Red is there as well. Okay, CBS. What's going on with the Late Show with James Corden?
It's dead.
Yeah, which is really something. These late shows, like they have like
generations.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah,
generations
of hosts.
Yeah,
and it's like a prestigious thing to step into the shoes of the host. Nope, James Corden killed it all.
He killed himself and the show with her. So CBS is rebooting At Midnight to replace the show. At Midnight, that was with Chris Hardwick. It was a fun show back in the day. And this one's gonna be produced by Stephen Colbert. So Colbert is taking over another show.
The Last of Us might actually go beyond season 2, which is interesting because there are only 2 games.
Yeah, but the idea is they might split the second game in more than one season. So at this point, there's no rumors or theories about expanding I mean, they do expand the stories in some ways, in poor ways, but in this case, it would be to split the second game in 2 parts.
Yeah, Craig Mazin says the second game is bigger. Have you played it?
No.
Yeah, we haven't played it.
I was waiting for you to finish to get the second game. We don't have the second game.
Okay. Well, I finished the first game. That's a brag.
But the first one is technically, if you it's pretty short. I think it takes if you're a decent player, not a decent player. If you're a good player, if you're a good player, I think it takes 6 hours. That's it. I
played on easy mode, and it took me many hours, many more than 6. So, anyways, I will say that even playing on easy mode, it's so much harder than anything they do in the show. In some aspects, playing the game made me appreciate parts of the show more, but in other ways, it's like, man, these people, there's like food everywhere. They're guns, walking around.
Guns everywhere.
Yeah, they just have enough ammunition. We have to fight tooth and nail and claw and scrape for every bit of like alcohol, med kits, like bullets, 2 or 3 at a time. I mean.
And they didn't kill any zombie yet, right? They ran for it, right? The only one she killed.
No, they took down clickers.
The only one she killed.
There were only like 2 clickers in the museum. 2 clickers in the
museum. Yeah. Anyways. Moving on.
I ask you. Anyway, Spider-Man Noir might be coming to Amazon?
Yes, Amazon signed for a Spider-Man Noir series. And that's it.
Okay, well, that's all we need to know. Spider-Man, good. Noir, good. Yeah. What's going on with Spartacus?
Spartacus, the popular show from, I think it's Stars.
Yeah.
It had a couple seasons, and then it had a prequel, sequel. I can't remember the details, but it was a fun show. Very bloody, it was like HBO, but a little bit like pushing, a little bit up, because there was like way more violent and like way more sex scenes, nudity. So there was a lot of nudity, a lot of violence. And some famous names there. The first actor died, I think, cancer, and then they have to recast. They kept doing it, and they're rebooting. They're gonna do another revival for the show. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but 10 years after. Anyways.
Yeah, they're calling it a 10-year hiatus, and I feel like maybe at that point it's not a hiatus anymore. But okay, good for them. The Wayans are coming back to broadcast TV.
Yeah, Damon Wayans and Damon Wayans Jr. They're coming for a comedy, father-son comedy, which they are father and son.
Yes, that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Write what you know. So they say. Okay, the Fast X trailer introduces Brie Larson and Jason Momoa. So that sounds fun.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah,
it's definitely doing what they do. Next new installment, or it was stronger. The family is stronger, and the threats are bigger.
Yes,
but there's posters and teasers that this might be the end.
Or is it? I don't know.
He still needs to pay for the college of his great grandkids.
Okay. And last but not least, it's our fact and educational.
What is this big one?
One?
Did you skip?
Did we skip one?
The big one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe we forgot. Okay, never mind. We're skipping the facts this week.
No, you can go for the facts. Just go through fast this one.
Okay, so Universal Pictures. There's Nolan. Is this Christopher Nolan?
Yes.
Okay, he's heading a creative committee to just restructure stuff. So his first decision was to cancel the Madonna biopic and a bunch of other small projects. I think we can all say that was probably a win. And they're just going to go hard on giving quality and continuity to big franchises like The Exorcist, Gladiator, all that other good stuff.
Yeah, Trish the Jaws, The Wolf, Fast Saga, Lego, E.T., Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia they gonna do Mamma Mia? Maybe do it.
I don't know, or maybe
Megan.
Yeah.
Born, The Mummy, Back to the Future, Pacific Rim, like the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping like some of these are done. Like I'm hoping he's not talking about reboots and more like this is the kind of stuff that we're gonna keep doing. I don't know. But they're talking about developing a new 007 type action franchise, as well as original superhero content. That's a win.
Yeah. So there you go. And last but not least, the facts, the hard facts of science. So scientists found a planet because that's what scientists do. They spend all day looking for planets like nerds, and they found one.
It's a new exoplanet,
and they named it Wolf 1069. You see, because nerds have humor too. 69. B.
Yeah. Well, catchy name.
Yeah, it orbits a red dwarf star, 31 light years from us, from Earth. So, I mean, if you're on Earth, if you're listening somewhere else, it might be closer or might be farther.
Who's to say?
Maybe worth searching for signs of extraterrestrial life, even though one side is locked in eternal night. So, always dark.
I'm curious
but
why.
The other side is always bright.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what makes this planet a good candidate for supporting life.
The always light? The always light part? Because light means life?
I guess, but usually if a planet is locked facing the sun all the time on one side, then that side would be super hot.
No.
And irradiated, and the other side would be super cold.
Well, if we were our planet, we're always day. Our days are not that bad.
I guess so.
Well, I guess the night comes
but
and cools
it cycles,
down.
Yeah. We rotate. We got a rotisserie action going.
Yeah. But 31 light years from Earth, it might be distant enough, but it's close to a red dwarf. A red dwarf is about to die, right? No. The one that died?
No, it's on its way, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, science.
Yeah. The name of it makes me think of Titan AE. Did you ever watch that?
Titan E? They have 69 there?
No, Titan AE. It's this great animation.
I saw it. It was Fox Animation?
I think so. It's really underrated.
Yeah. No, it's good. I liked it.
Yeah, but at the end, they're like, we have this planet. What should we name it? He's like, Bob. We're going to name it Bob. And Drew Barrymore makes fun of him. She's like, you can't name a planet Bob. They named it Wolf 1069b, so I feel like Bob is fine. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, well. That's it for this week. Next week you come with Ant-Man, News of the Week, and SuperBowl, and fun stuff.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.